Okay, so in today's class, firstly we will cover the topic that is arrays. So arrays I have already discussed with you. Okay, so now after discussing with arrays, we will go to the list part. So if you have any previous experience on arrays, if you have gone through arrays in C programming language or Java programming language, then these arrays are just the arrays just that exist in Python are similar to them, but they are very difference means very much difference if you compare that from Python one. So just before going to list, we will have a short intro about how which type of arrays exist in Python. Basically, first type of arrays are nothing but what are arrays? Arrays are just the sequence of objects. Okay, so means it is the collection of elements. Okay, so you can have the collection of numbers, you can have the collection of scores, you can have the collection of names. Okay, so that will be called as an array. So there are basically four types of arrays that exist in Python. So I have already discussed with you, but now I am explaining this again so that we will have a phrase idea about arrays. So first type of arrays that exist in Python is list. Okay, and it is the uh, most important array that exists in Python. So list is just a collection which is ordered and changeable. So there are two things: mutability, okay, immutability and order. So two things you need to consider about array. Ordered means every element has a particular position that will be fixed. Okay, ordered means every element will have an position, will have a position and that will be fixed. Changeable means you can change the element at any position. So this is a property. So there are two properties: order and changeable. So list support both the properties. So it is ordered means every element has a particular position in the list. Next is also it is changeable. Changeable means you can change any element at any position. Okay, it also allows duplicate members. So now there are three rules: order, immutability and duplicacy. So list supports duplicate members. Okay, next is, so a very simple example of list will be always written inside capital brackets. Okay, so all the elements will be written inside capital brackets. So now here you can see that this is an example of a list. So here we have elements Anand and read my course present in the list. So this Anand will have a particular position that is 0 and read my course has the position 1. Okay, so these are called index. So index we have already discussed in case of string. So the positions basically in programming language are not called as position, it is called as index. Okay. The second one is tuple. Just give me 1 minute. बोलो क्लास ले रहा हूँ Okay, so the second type of arrays that exists in Python is tuple. Okay, so tuple is what? Tuple is collection again, which is ordered. Next is it is unchangeable. Unchangeable means you cannot change any element at a particular index. Okay, so the difference between tuple and list is what? Tuple and list both are ordered. Okay, but list is changeable and tuple is not changeable. It also allows duplicate members. So the example of tuple will be Anand and read my course like this. So always the tuple will be tuple will be assigned like this. Like first you will have a parenthesis and inside this you will add all the elements. Next is set. Set is a collection which is unordered and unindexed. What is the meaning of unordered? Means any element means ordered means every element will have a particular position that will be fixed, but in set you will not have any particular order. Okay, so that's why you cannot say that yeah, so this particular element is present at 2 index or 3 index. That's why it is called as it is unindexed. No duplicate members. So set doesn't support duplicacy. If you try to add a duplicate member in set, then it will be not added. If the previous element is present, then it will be not added. Duplicate members will be not allowed. If it will not give you error, but it will just exclude. Okay, so if you want to create a set, you will create like this. Firstly you will write a curly braces, and inside this curly braces you will add all the elements. Next is dictionary. So dictionary is just a collection which is unordered and changeable. Unordered means again no any means values have not any elements have no any particular position. Okay, changeable means you can change any value. It you can change the value of dictionaries. No duplicate members again. So how no what is the meaning of no duplicate members? So dictionary, if you talk about dictionary, then it is something different. Dictionary basically stores the value on the basis of keys. On Dictionary stores element on the basis of key and value pair. Okay, so you will have a key, and on the basis of a key it will have a value. So like this, if you see this, so here you will have so first, if you see the elements of this dictionary, so first element is first name, and means just give me 1 minute. So it is taking lots of space. Okay, now you can see that dictionary. This is one element. Okay, so this element is just a collection of means this. If you talk about this dictionary has two elements. Okay, so first is this and second is this. So first element is described as this is a key name, first name, and then this is the value of this. Next is the key name, last name, and then the value is Kumar. Okay, so this is the way dictionary stores the data. Now we will go to the working with list. So as I told you that list is a collection which is ordered and it is also changeable. Okay. So if you want to define an empty list, then you will just write list example. Okay. You will just write list example is equal to empty this empty list. So this is just an empty list. Here we don't have any elements. Now, if you want to see the class of it, it will be list. Now, this is the example of list. So suppose that we have a list example and the value elements here are Anand and Facebook. Next, so there is no any rule like you can have only numbers in the list. You can have any type of data like integer, floats, or string. Here you can see that in this example we have strings as the element of the list, but in this case we have integer as the elements of list. Slicing and indexing works similar like a string. So as I have discussed already you, indexing and slicing in case of string. So the rule is same for list also. If you want to get the any element, so you will use indexing. And if you want to extract some part of the list, then you will use slicing. So now we will go one by one into this. The difference between different type of arrays is clear or not, everyone? Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bring you the simple example of list. Suppose that, see, we are creating a very simple list. List example is equal to this. We don't have any elements in this list. Okay. Now, if you want to check the type of this list, so type basically is a function that returns the class of any type of data in Python. Okay. So now, if you write print type of list example, then it will return you type is as in list. Okay. Now you can see that. Okay, so it is returning your list. Now, if you want to add elements, just I am giving you the another example where we will have the elements in this list. So suppose that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in this list. If you print this list example, then you will get here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now you can also create a list that can have data types like string and numbers also. So this is the very basic difference between C programming or Java programming list and then Python's list. So they basically support a single type of data, but Python list can contains different type of data. Okay, means different type of data, like you can have strings, float, integer value in the same list. Suppose that you are also writing here 3.4. Okay, then now you can print is printing you this. So this is the difference. Now if you want to get the length, then you can write here we have a function length. So I have already told you that this length function is you can use in a string to get the length of the string, and this len is a universal function. Okay, this len is an universal function, means you can use this len function to get any type of sequence, any type of any type of length of any type of array or sequences. Okay, if it has more than one elements, then you can use the length function there. Okay, so suppose that if you want to get the length, then you can write print length is equal to, and then you can write here length of this example. So this will return you the length of list is what, how many elements are present in this list. So here you can see that 1 2 3 4 5 elements are present, so you will get here 5, that is printing you 5. Next is indexing. So indexing is what? Indexing is just order of elements in the list. Now suppose that we have a list example is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. So as we have discussed in case of a string, so the first index is 0, next index is 1, next index is 2, then is 3, then 4. So it also supports in list. Okay. So this the rule is same. Now, if you write like this, print and then list example and then 2, then you will get the element present at the 2 index. So, what is the element present at the 2 index? It is 3. Now, you can see that it is returning you 3. Now, if you want to change the element at the 2 position, at the 2 index, then you can write len list example 2 is equal to 100. Okay. Now, if you print list example, then your list will be changed now. It is printing you 1 to 100 and 4 and 5. Okay. Similarly, this is left to right indexing. Also, we have what? We have right to left indexing. So you can also use right to left indexing. Suppose that we have list. We have this list, and now right to left indexing will be what? This position will be -1. This will be -2, and then we will have -3, and then we will have -4. Okay. And then we will have -5. Okay. So this is right to left indexing. Then you can also use right to left indexing to get the element. So if you want, if you write like list example and then -1, so you will get the value 5. You can see that it is printing you 5. You can also change the value by using negative indexing. List example -1 is equal to 100. Okay, now you can print this example. Now it is giving you 1 2 3 4 100. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now Now we are going to discuss slicing. So suppose that we have a list 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay. Now slicing is what? Slicing is just extracting some part of list. Okay. So if you want to extract this part, then you can use the slicing. So slicing, what is the rule of slicing? You need to first write the list name. Okay, and then the start and stop value. Okay. So now you will get what? Well, elements from start to stop -1. Okay, so if you write here print and then list example list and then 1 to 4, sorry 1 to 4, and you will get the value elements from 1 to 3. So what are the values presented at 1 to 3? So if you see, so this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and then this is 5. Okay. So how this index slicing works, the rule is you will write list name and then start and stop value, then you will get the elements from start to stop minus 1. Okay. So if you will write print list example 1 to 4, then you will get the value from 1 to 3. So you will get the value from here to here. So you will get 2, 3, 4. So if you run, so you will get 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now similarly, there was rules. If you write here example list and then 1, 2, if you are not passing the stop value, then what happens? It consider that go up to end. So if you write 1 to stop value we are not passing, then it will return you the list from 1 to 1 index up to end. So it is returning you 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, if you don't pass the start value, then we will consider start from the first element. If you write start example list and then column then 4, it will give you the value from 0 to 3. So you will get 1, 2, 3, 4 in this case. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 you are getting. So this is just the example of slicing. Okay. Next, you can also use negative values in the slicing. So suppose that if you write here print an example list. So how negative slicing works basically similarly, it works similarly as we have discussed in case of string. So this is our, and what will be the negative values? So this is -1 and then -2, okay, then -3 and then -4, -5. Now, so if you write here example list and then minus 5 to -4 or -5 to -2, so you will get the value from -5 to -2 -1, that will be -3. So you will get the value from -5 to -3. So now it will return you 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is returning you 2, 3, 4. So you can also use the negative slicing. Okay, and again there was one more thing that was called as in stepping. So stepping we can also use. So stepping again work like as a string. So suppose that we have a list this, okay, and if we write print, so what is the rule of stepping? So firstly the syntax is you need to write like this: start, stop, and the step value. Okay, so you will get the elements from start to stop -1 and skipping every step value. Okay, step -1 means you can say that next element will be in the order and every, okay, just I am not writing this. So you can see that you will have the elements from start to stop -1 and to write here print example list and then 1 to 5 and then step value if you are passing here 2, and what will happen in this case, you know that this is 0 and this is 1, this is 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. You will have firstly start and stop values are what, 1 to 5, then we will go from 1 to 4 and step is 2. It means that after taking first element take the second, after taking the first value take the second value after it. So what is the second value after it? This is the first value and this is the second value. So it will take, after 1 it will take 3. Okay, now if you run your program you will get 2, 4. You can see that firstly you are getting 2 and then you are getting 4. Means you will skip one value. So if you pass here 2, then you will skip here one value. If you pass here 3, then you will skip 3, you will skip two values. Okay, so you can write here skipping every step minus one values. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So just give me the answer. If I write print and then example list 1 to 6 and step size, suppose that I am passing here 3. Can you guess the answer?
2356.
2, 3, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So firstly the value will yeah, so somebody has answered 2, 5. Okay, 2, 5. So firstly we will start from 1. Okay, so we will start from 1. So first value will be 2 and then next value will be, so we will keep the 2 element and then the next value will be 5. Okay, so our value will be 2, 5. Correct. 2, 5. So how this is working? So first element is, so as we are writing 1 to 6, it means that 1 to 5. So 1 to 5 is this. Now the first value will be 2, then we will skip the two values, then we will take the next value, that is 5. Okay, and now if we skip the two values, then we don't have any elements, right? So we will have only 2 to 5. So if I ask you to write here, you guess the answer now?
Sir, it will be 3 and 6. 3, only 3.
Only 3.
Yes, sir.
No. 0 046. 046. Yes, 046 is the right answer. If you are writing like this, so if you are not passing the start value, it will consider start from 0. So we will start from 0. 0 to 6 means 0 to 5. So we will go from 0 to 5 means here to here. Now first element will be 1 and then after we will take the this element. We will skip the two elements, then we will take this 4. Okay, but okay, now we will skip the two more elements. So answer will be only 1, 4. So the answer, this answer is also I think incorrect. It is 046. No, not 046. It will be 1 and then 4. If we skip next two elements, then then we don't have any elements. So if you run this program, you will get only 1 and 4. It is clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Not just try to answer, then only then I will understand that I will consider you have no any problem. So if I write here 1 to 5 and then 4, can you guess the answer now?
Only one, sir.
Only one. So we will have the value from, if we are writing like this, so it means that 0 to 4. So first we will have 1, then we will do what? We will skip the three values. So we will skip 2, 3, 4. So we will have 1, 5 in this case. 1, 5. You are missing something. I think you are missing something. Not try to answer this. If I am writing 1 to 6 and then I am writing here 5. Just try to answer now. 1 5. Okay, so we'll start from 0 and we will go up to 5. Then we first value we will take 1 and then we will left what? Four next four values. So we will left four more values. Value will be 1 and then the next value will be what? 6. So it will give you 1 6. Yes, 1 6. Just these things are really very simple. Then you can practice and you will get the answer. So stepping we have covered. Now we will go to the string functions. Okay. Yes. So we have this working with list. Okay. So these are some functions that are defined in case of list. So these are just available. These are just predefined functions. So first function is clear. Clear functions remove all the elements from the list. Okay. What this clear function does, it removes all the elements from the list. So suppose that. Okay, before going to list function, I'm just giving you some example of more. So suppose that we have a list example is equal to 1 2 3 4. Okay, now you want to add a element in this list, then you can write list example plus is equal to 3. Okay, so now one element will be added at the end. Okay, if you print this list, so it is giving you 1 2 3 4 3. So 3 has been added at the end. So you will write list example plus is equal to this. That is the equivalent of what? It is equivalent of writing list example is equal to list example plus 3. You can add elements in the list like that. In both the case, uh, here you can see that firstly you are getting 1 2 3 4 3 and next you are getting 1 2 3 4 3 3. What it means? Firstly you have added a 3, next again you have added the 3. So that's why you are getting this. Okay. So next suppose that we have a list example now 1 2 3 and now we want to add plus 4 5 6. So we can add also like this. Now if you print your list, so in this list now will be values 1 2 3 and then 4 5 6. You can see that 1 2 3 and then 4 5 6. Okay. Now we have list example is equal to 1 2 3. Okay. And you can also use a append function. Dot append. So now if you want to append a list into this, then you can also use list example dot append this. And now if you print, you can see that means if you write here 1 2 3 and then 4 5 6. So here what happens basically, this is called as nested list. So we will cover this what are nested lists. So but this is just what this is doing. This is adding add an element in this list, that is 4 5 6 as a list. So the first element of this list is 1, then second is 2, and then third element is 3. but fourth element is again a list, that is 4 5 6. Okay, so this phenomena is called as nesting. Okay, nesting, what is the meaning of nested list? If there is a list, if there is a list inside another list, then it is called as nested list. Okay, so we will see also what are nested lists. So our first, we are going to list functions. So I'm just renaming this. Yeah, simple list operations. Okay, now we will see that, suppose that you have two lists. List 1 is equal to 1 2 3. Okay, and list 2 is equal to 4 5 6. Okay, then you can write, if you want to add these two lists, then you can simply write, suppose that list 3 we are creating, that will have the list value from list 1 and list 2. You can also write this like this, list 1 plus list 2. Now if you print list 3, then you will get the list as like this. So in this list we have 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. So this 1 2 3 is coming from this list, and then 4 5 6 is coming from this list. Now we will have the example of list functions. So the first function is clear function, that basically removes all the elements from the list. So if you write here list example is equal to 1 2 3, okay, and if you write next list example dot clear, then it will remove all the elements from this list. Now if you print your list, then your list will be now empty. It's printing your empty list. Okay, so the next function is copy. Copy returns a copy of the list. So suppose that if in your program you want to copy your list, so why do you can ask me why we want to copy our list. So suppose that you don't want to change in the existing list, then you can create a copy of your list and you can work on that list. So suppose that we have a main list is equal to 1 2 3 4, and then we want to create a copy of this. So we'll write here copy list is equal to main list dot copy. If you print, you will get the same list 1 2 3 4. Okay. Now what is the importance of this is, now suppose that you have a main list, okay, and main list is 1 2 3 4. Now you created a second list and you assign the value of second list as main list. Okay, and if you change the value of any element at particular index, so suppose that we are changing the value at 2 index, so that is 3. Now we want to change the value to 100. Now if you print your second list, then the values will be what now, 1 to 104, 1 to 104 in the second list. But if you write here print main list, then what will happen, if you perform the operation in the second list, then main list will also change. We will get 1 to 104 and 1 to 104. So that's why, to avoid this collision, we create a copy of this list if you don't want to change our main list. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you will work with the copy list, then if you change the copy list, then it will not reflected in the main list. But in case of assignment, just assignment operator, what what is the thing behind what's happening here? Okay, you can ask, so sir, I am changing this, but why this list is changing? Because list, whenever you assign a different list to any list, then what will happen in this case? List is basically assigned with the reference of memory. Okay, so both the list will point to the same memory location. Okay, so if you change any element in this list, then that value will be changed for both the variables, because both the variables are pointing to the same memory location. Okay, that's why it's happening. Next is count. It returns the number of elements with the specified value. So suppose that if you just want to check how many elements are present, what is the count of any element in this list, then you can use the count function. Okay, so suppose that we have a list that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. So if you write here print and then list example dot count, here you know that 1 is present at one time and 2 is present two times. No, 2 is also present one time and 3 is present two times. So if you write here 1, then 1 is present at one time, then it will give you 1. So now if you write here 3, so you will get 2, because 3 is present two times. So this count function is basically used to calculate how many times the element is present in the list. Okay, so everyone, we will complete this. There are lots of methods, so we will complete this in next class. So do you have any doubt in today's class?